Okay, writing and publishing your book in the first part, I gave you acts and easy steps that you can explore, and I told you I've covered the pre-writing stage, the writing stage, and the editing stage. I've explained how. Okay, I've only covered pre-writing and writing, so let's talk about the editing stage. Editing stage, you need a professional editor. You need uh if you don't get a professional editor, then you can use an English master, somebody who is good in English, that you believe is good in English. After you writing, let the person read for you, and let the person edit for you, and then you need to proofread yourself, then give to another person to proofread. At this phase, don't add too much. You may be tempted to add other things, but please just save it for another book, except it is highly pressing for you to write, and that means you have to go through all the process you've passed through, especially in the writing phase, all over again to make sure that your book makes sense. So what I do most times is just close my eyes and then let that be, except for little snippets that I may want to include or add to it. As good as when you want to start writing a book, especially if you're a first time writer, you start and finish. You don't leave it to be lying fallow. If you want to spend 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 weeks on it, just midnight, daytime, just get on it. These days I can write book and then leave it halfway and come back to it. But when I was writing my first 60 books, I don't do that because I had okay, let me say I had focus. Now I had other things I want to do. Not because I don't have things I want to do then. I'm actually an highly disciplined person. Once I start on a thing, I know how to stay through by God's grace. But these days I'm trying to distribute my strength as well. But if you're a first time author, it's good you concentrate, you start finish, because people lose their bearing, they lose the zeal, and they lose the enthusiasm that they started with. So get a third party to also proofread for you, then get somebody else to proofread the passage. I have someone who have been proofreading all my 70 books, and interestingly, she's getting married tomorrow. Or her name is Lolua. She do proofread all the. She's also a professional transcriber, but the Bible passage, I just give that to her. She will confirm the passages one by one. I'm a Christian author. If you're not a Christian author, then you may not need that. But when you reference stuff, you should take time and confirm. If you don't have somebody that can confirm that for you, you should do that by yourself. Then AI again. I told you AI can edit, and I've told you the limitation in part one. But if you still want to go ahead to let it edit for you, you can type in instructions that can make it robotic writing. It's because when it's editing your own book, it's still going to make it robotic. If it's just a edit for me, give it grammatical structure, blah blah blah. But you may try to use it, and things advance all the time. If I did this video last year, I may not be talking about AI. So you may be able to get help from it. So the next one is styling and publishing. When we talk about styling, number one, we're talking about the table of content, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and the way you put it inside the book, like that. If you want your book to have heading, sub-heading, I mean the title, the topic for each chapter, how do you want your chapter 1 to be written? How do you want your chapter or 1 to be written? What kind of book are you even writing? Yes, because I have two styles for all my books. Either I write it in chapter or I write it um how do I put it now? Not in chapter per se, but like a run of like a snippet. I mean, Ash 1, Ash 2, Ash 3. Then I also have a style for run of. I think only one of my book was a run of Alien Mantle. So the kind of style you want to adopt, determine how you will style it. But generally or mostly the one we have is the one that has table of content and that has chapter 1, chapter 2. So at times I may want to put a quote under my under my chapter title. So how do you want it to look like? That is what we refer to as styling and publishing. So you have heading, you have subheadings, as the case may be. For your books, it's good you put line spacing at 1.5. If you don't know much about computer stamps, you can ask around. It's a simple thing. This is what you do on MS Word. For font name, I do use Old Bookman. That's what I use. People can have or that some people use Times New Roman, some people use Calibri, and there could be many that you may like as well. Just look at a book that you like the way it comes out, the outlook, and go and find out what is their line spacing, what is their font name, what is their font size. For font size, I prefer 13. Anything more than 13, I don't know whether people have, maybe some people just want their book to look bulky. That's what people do. And some people, because of their preference, they make it more than that. But the normal one is 13 and the line spacing is 1.5. That's on the average. Then the sales of your book. Do you want to sell your book as hard copy or as soft copy? The reason I could write many books is because I started selling after my third book. After my third book, I started selling as soft copy. So it helped me to get books out and keep selling. And before, when I have the resources to print them, I have, I think, more than 60 of my books in print right now, or something around 50 to 60, because we usually print in batches and in bulk. There was a time we printed 30 at once. The other year we printed about 32 at once, together with some of the authors in our ministry anyway. So that's that. So if I advise people to print their book, to sell their book as soft copy. I advise some people say, they will pirate or blah blah blah. I beg, who know you? Let people know you first now before you start having all those fears. Write many books. Let people now know you. They now have that fear. Before you now have that fear, you will have the resources to put a book together in print and then to be able to protect your book. And you can also collect ISBN number for soft copy book. And it is not a must. It's not a must. There is no law that's going to jail you. It's not a must that you put your books out with ISBN number, and it is still protected. Even if you cough on social media and you put cough and somebody copied it without acknowledging you, you can still file a lawsuit. So it is well protected. That's why if you are publishing on Amazon, Amazon will give you its own ISBN number generically. So a generic ISBN number, I mean. So somebody will be asked, okay, teach us how to publish on Amazon. I'm not teaching you that. And of course, I have my books on Amazon, but I'm yet to be making money from Amazon. So I love to teach people what I know. I'm not, maybe because I'm a Christian author, and then I'm still, if I get anyone that is ready to give me knowledge also, or take time to work with me, and we can share the profits also. I think that settles it. So if your book is coming out as soft copy, everything you have done under the styling and publishing, you just need the graphic designer to design the back cover, make your advert, how you want to sell. Do you want to sell? Do you want to launch? Do you want to sell some as? Do you want to distribute it freely? Do you want to do buy one, get 2 copies free? Do you want to beg people not to please? When they buy, they should not share with anybody. Whatever you feel is comfortable for you, just go do it. The first aim of an author is that people should get to read what you are writing. Either you make money off it or not, especially when you are just starting off, and you don't have the big name to sell big also. So you can make a little profit and get it out as well at a considerable good price. Okay, so if you are having hard copy, you can approach your publishing house and they will take care of it. You don't even need to do styling. You just need to write the whole stuff, the preface, the forward, and all of that, and the back page. They will take care of it. But if you want to do self-publishing with a printer, you may have to go and do what we call computer work or book work. There are only few people that can do this. Only few people that can do this, but they are in existence. They will likely ask you to give them a copy of the kind of book that you want. But if you're not into printing, just get a printer or a publishing house to take care of that for you. So your launching could be e-launching, either this is soft copy or hard copy. It could be e-launch, it could be on-ground launching. At your launching, you read reviews, people give the forward, and then you encourage people to buy or to sell and to support you. You can print IV as much as you want to. You can even distribute jollof rice and Coke. You may not give people anything. You can do launching on Zoom, on WhatsApp, and physically. I think this helps. If it does, please comment on the. Please comment, and if you have questions, please ask me. Thank you.